In this tutorial, we're going to take a look at the Actions panel in Flash. So let's click over to Flash, and I'm going to close that and create a new Actionscript 3.0 file. Now, by using Actionscript 3.0, we are putting ourselves into a certain setup, which is really kind of important for us. Actionscript 2.0 and Actionscript 3.0 are very, very, very different. So do make sure that you always create an Actionscript 3 document for everything that we do. Now, the next thing that we need to do is bring up the Actions panel. So if we go to Window, you'll see Actions right here, and of course you can press F9. And another thing that I do, which I think is kind of important, this will be something that's important for all the tutorials that you do the entire semester, and that is making sure that you put your output window and your compiler window in with your actions. So if you go up to Window and you show the other ones, we have our output here and we have compiler errors. They might show up down here with your timeline and motion editor at first. So just drag them up, make sure that you put them all in one panel together, and then you can go ahead and save that workspace. So you can do new workspace, and I call mine, of course, the DME setup. And that is what I use to be able to have all this stuff here. Now, this is the Actions panel, and the Actions panel has a lot going on. So let's just take a look at what's here. First off, in order to put code into Flash, we have to select a keyframe that we're going to be putting that code on. Now, it's also important that we probably create a layer. So I'm going to create a layer, and I'm going to call that Actions. And then I'm going to lock the layer. And even though the layer is locked, I can still add code to it. Now, in order to tell if I've got code, let's just type out a really simple one. Stop with the parenthesis, end parenthesis, or paren, as you might hear it called, and then a semicolon. And you'll now see over in that keyframe, we have a little A there, and that lets us know that we have Actionscript there. Now, one of the things that I want you to be very aware of is that you only put actions on the Actions layer all semester long. It doesn't go anywhere else. Occasionally, you might have movie clips with actions inside of them, especially movie clip buttons or something like that. But for the most part, all of your actions will go on the main timeline, and we'll try and keep things as super organized as possible. Now, in order to make sure that you are putting all of your actions in one place, one of the things you can do is come over to the Actions panel and pin that active script. Therefore, if you go click anywhere else, that script will not move. It will actually be still active in here, and you can keep on typing, and even though you might go and click on objects or something like that, that code won't change. So that's a really good thing. Now let's take a look at some of the other options here. You'll notice on the left hand side we have the ability to open up a little cheat list here for Actionscript 3.0. We can see all the different options here. If I go to let's see, FL Core, UI Component, Events, Activate, I can drag some of these things up, and you'll see that there is, not yet set, add event listener. So the problem with using these is that you kind of need to know what you're looking for. So it's not going to be great for you to just grab stuff from the side, but it's good to know that they're there. Now you can also get the same list from here, where you might be able to add something like that, not yet set, add event lister. So you'll see some of them do the same thing. Now, other things that you might want to be aware of are some of the other options here. We have the ability to find strings in our text. This gives us the ability to insert a target path, which we'll get to later. This allows us to check the syntax. Right now it shows that we have no errors. But if we change something in here, and then we try that again, you'll see the compiler shows that we do have an error. It says it contains errors. We can see what the error is, double click on it, and it will take us back, hopefully, to where we were at. There it is. And if we fix that, then if everything is correct and it does have no errors, we can use this to auto-format. Now, with auto-formatting, we can change our auto-formatting options over in Preferences, so that's just something to be aware of. We'll talk about that at a later time. We can do things like show code hints, we can debug things, and we can comment, apply block and inline comments, and then clear comments, and we'll do all that later. So let's go on to the next tutorial.